Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I'm Anuja Kumar with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi seeks cooperation of all political parties to ensure smooth functioning of both houses of parliament during monsoon session. Supreme Court directs central government to enact a law to deal with the incidents of mob lynching. Women and Child Development Minister Maneka Gandhi directs states to ensure that all childcare institutions are registered and linked to Central Adoption Resource Authority within a month. US President Donald Trump and his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin expressed satisfaction over their first one-on-one meeting. And in cricket, one-day final international between India and England to be played at Leeds today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has sought cooperation of all political parties to ensure smooth functioning of both the Houses of Parliament during its monsoon session. Talking to media, Parliamentary Affairs Minister Anant Kumar said that all parties have assured the government of their cooperation. He said during the meeting the government sought opposition support for the smooth conduct of proceedings in both the Houses of Parliament. Home Minister Rajnath Singh, Parliamentary Affairs Minister Anant Kumar, Minister of State for Parliamentary Affairs Vijay Goyal, Congress leaders Anand Sharma and Ghulam Nabi Azad, NCP leader Sharad Pawar and CPI leader D. Raja were among those who attended the meeting. Monsoon session will begin from tomorrow and continue till 10th of August. The session will have 18 sittings. During the session, Triple Talaq Bill, which has been passed by the Lok Sabha and is pending in the Rajya Sabha, will be among the top priorities of the government to pass it. The government will also push for constitutional status for the National Commission for OBCs. Other bills, including National Medical Commission Bill and Transgender Persons Protection of Rights Bill, will also be taken up during the session. On the eve of the session, News Services Division of All India Radio will broadcast a special program, Sansad Ke Samaksh Midday and Issues Before Parliament. The program in Hindi can be heard on the FM Gold and Indraprasth channel from 9:30 p.m., followed by the English program from 10 p.m. on both the channels. Supreme Court today asked Parliament to consider enacting a new law to effectively deal with incidents of mob lynching. A bench headed by Chief Justice Deepak Mishra said horrendous acts of mobocracy cannot be allowed to become a new norm and has to be curbed with iron hands. More from our correspondent.
The Apex Court also passed a slew of directions to provide preventive, remedial and punitive measures to deal with offences like mob violence and cow vigilantism. The bench, which also comprised Justices A.M. Khanwilkar and D.Y. Chandrachud, said it is the duty of state governments to ensure law and order in the society and states cannot turn a deaf ear to such incidents. The top court passed the order on a plea seeking formulation of guidelines to curb such violent incidents in the country. The court posted the matter for further hearing on August 28th. It asked the centre and state governments to take steps to deal with such offences in pursuance of its directions. Diksha Saxena, News Desk.
Centre today informed the Supreme Court that the Lokpal Selection Committee has convened a meeting on July 19th for the purpose of constituting a search panel. Government said the search committee will have to recommend a panel of names for appointing a Lokpal. The Apex Court posted the matter for further hearing on July 24th. It said since the selection committee is scheduled to meet on July 19th, it will not pass any direction. The committee comprises of Prime Minister, the Chief Justice of India, Lok Sabha Speaker, leader of the largest opposition party and an eminent jurist. Women and Child Development Minister Maneka Gandhi has asked all states to get the child care homes run by Mother Teresa-founded Missionaries of Charity inspected immediately. An official release said Mrs. Gandhi also directed the states to ensure that all child care institutions, CCIs, are registered and linked to Central Adoption Resource Authority, CARA, within a month. The move comes after cases of alleged illegal adoptions carried out by the child care homes run Missionaries of Charity in Jharkhand came to light recently. The shelter home in Ranchi has allegedly been involved in selling 3 children and giving away another one. According to the Juvenile Justice, Care and Protection of Children Act 2015, registration of childcare institutions and their linking with the CARA is mandatory, but some orphanages have challenged the validity of the clause. Approximately 2,300 CCIs have been linked to CARA since December last year, while about 4,000 more are still pending for linkage. Union Agriculture and Farmers Welfare Minister Radha Mohan Singh is holding a review meeting on development of agri-horticulture sector of Assam in Guwahati. The Union Minister is reviewing the progress of various agricultural schemes. Mr. Singh has emphasized on timely utilization of funds with proper planning for the benefit of the farmers. Assam Agriculture Minister Atul Bora said that several measures are being taken by the state government to double the farmers' income. Soil Health Card scheme launched by the Government of India in February 2015 is bringing a smile to faces of farmers by increasing productivity and their income. The scheme is aimed to test the soil and suggest the farmers about crop-wise nutrients and fertilizers. Samples collected under the scheme are tested in various testing labs across the country. Here is a ground report from our correspondent.
Target for distribution of soil health card was 5,000 in first quarter of current fiscal year in the district of Kachar. Out of that, 3,500 cards have been distributed so far. Over 3,000 samples have also been collected. In last fiscal year, 34,000 cards were distributed and 9,000 samples were collected.
Earlier, I used to earn 40 to 50,000 rupees from my crop, but after getting soil health card, I earn 1,10,000 rupees. I hope this scheme benefits more in coming years.
Earlier, I used to grow 25 quintal of rice and I was getting 25,000 by selling potatoes, of which the total collection was 48,000 rupees. But this time, I received soil health card and agriculture officials from the district came here and provided me incentives. Then I produced 75 quintal of rice and the vegetable production was also doubled. Finally, I earned around 98,000 rupees this time.
इस पर मुझे 98,000 रुपया मिला.
Timely testing of soil is making farmers capable to cultivate appropriate crop. Ritesh Pathak, AIR News, Silchar.
This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. In some international news, US President Donald Trump and his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin have expressed satisfaction over their first one-on-one meeting in Helsinki last night. While Trump described the meeting as very constructive, Putin termed it as first important step. In his post-summit press conference, US President Trump told reporters that he spent a great deal of time talking about the allegation of Russia meddling with the US presidential elections, which was categorically denied by the Russian President Putin. Russian President said there is no evidence when it comes to the actual facts, and the two countries have to be guided by facts, not by rumors. Putin also denied the accusation that Trump colluded with Russia in the presidential campaign of 2016. Russian President said his country has never interfered and is not going to interfere in American internal affairs. In this case, Trump sided with his Russian counterpart by openly questioning his own intelligence agency's findings that Moscow was behind the 2016 US elections. On Syria crisis, they agreed that the two countries should cooperate but failed to reach any concrete details. Putin called on the United States to work together to resolve the Syrian conflict, saying Russia and the US can take the lead on this issue. The International Monetary Fund has said trade conflicts between the United States and its trading partners are an increasing threat to global economic growth. In its latest World Outlook, the IMF said growth is becoming more uneven and risks are mounting. It said the rate of expansion appears to have peaked in some major economies. The IMF also warned that an escalation of trade tensions could undermine the stability of financial markets. The European Union's top officials will arrive in Japan today to sign the single market's biggest trade deal ever. They will present a united front as Washington appends the International Trade Order. The deal, agreed last December, is the biggest ever negotiated by the European Union. The agreement will create an open trade zone covering nearly one-third of the world's GDP. Under the trade agreement, the EU will open its market to Japan's auto industry, with Tokyo in return scrapping barriers to EU farming products, especially dairy. Back home, in one of the biggest recoveries till date, the Income Tax IT Department has seized 163 crore rupees cash and about 100 kg gold. The seizure was from raids at multiple premises of a road construction firm in Tamil Nadu. The searches were launched yesterday at the premises of SPK and Company, a partnership firm engaged in roads and highways construction on contract from the government. A senior official of the IT department said that the raids are still going on. Veteran actor Rita Bhaduri, best known for her roles in Hindi and Gujarati films, passed away this morning at 1:45 a.m. She was 62. Bhaduri passed away after suffering cardiac arrest at a hospital in Juhu, Mumbai. She had kidney ailment and was undergoing dialysis. The last rites will be performed today at Juhu Cremation Ground. A report.
Rita Bhaduri has played important supporting roles in movies like Kabhi Haan Kabhi Na, Kya Kehna, Dil Vil Pyar Vyar, Virasat, Ghar Ho To Aisa, and Main Madhuri Dixit Banna Chahti Hoon. She has also featured in several Gujarati films. On the TV front, her credits include popular shows like Hasratein, Sarabhai vs. Sarabhai, Khichdi, Ek Nayi Pehchan, Amanat, Ek Mahal Ho Sapnon Ka, and Kumkum. She was particularly popular for playing the roles of mother or grandmother. Sonali Ghadar Patil, AIR News, Mumbai.
Rain lashed many parts of Punjab, Haryana and Chandigarh today, leading to a dip in temperature by a few notches. In Haryana, Panchkula, Ambala, Yamunanagar and Karnal were among places that received rains. Met Department said Mohali, Ropar, Ludhiana, Amritsar, Patiala and Jalandhar in Punjab also witnessed heavy rainfall. The 17th batch of Amarnath pilgrims left the Bhagwati Nagar base camp in Jammu today for the Holy Cave Shrine in the South Kashmir Himalayas. Police said the footfall of pilgrims at the shrine, located at an altitude of 3,880 meters, is expected to cross the 2 lakh mark today. The 60-day annual yatra began on the twin routes of Baltal and Pahalgam on June 28th and is scheduled to conclude on August 26th. Coinciding with Raksha Bandhan. The National Minorities Development and Finance Corporation, NMDFC, organized a workshop on financial management in New Delhi today. The workshop is for the heads of state channelizing agencies of NMDFC. Addressing the workshop, Minority Affairs Minister Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi said, by giving loan to minorities at affordable interest rate, NMDFC is doing a remarkable job helping them get socially and economically empowered. Breaking 2 sessions losing trend benchmark domestic share indices, Sensex and Nifty today logged small gains in afternoon deals. Both stocks added amid mixed Asian and European markets. Sensex climbed 88 points or 0.24% to 36,412, while Nifty surged 45 points or 0.4% to 10,982. Rupee in afternoon deals at Forex market also appreciated 24 paise to 68 rupees and 34 paise against the US dollar. In cricket, the deciding final one-day international of the 3-match series between India and England will be played at Leeds today. The match will begin at 5 p.m. Indian time. The series is currently tied at 1-1. Team India had won the opening game by 8 wickets before England bounced back with an 86-run win in the second ODI on Saturday. With a victory today, India will be eyeing its 10th consecutive bilateral one-day series win. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi seeks cooperation of all political parties to ensure smooth functioning of both houses of parliament during monsoon session. Supreme Court directs central government to enact a law to deal with the incidents of mob lynching. Women and Child Development Minister Maneka Gandhi directs states to ensure that all childcare institutions are registered and linked to Central Adoption Resource Authority within a month. US President Donald Trump and his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin expressed satisfaction over their first one-on-one meeting, and in cricket, one-day final international between India and England to be played at Leeds today. And with that, we end the midday news.